what relationships can qualify me for VAWA? So which relationships are eligible for a VAWA application? Okay, so VAWA is for someone who has a relationship, and I will go through the qualifying relationships in just a second. They have to live with this person, and there has to be abuse within the relationship. And that abuse can be emotional, psychological, verbal, physical. Any of the types of abuse can count for VAWA-based purposes. So which relationships count for VAWA? So there are many that count. Our most common case type is someone who's married to a U.S. citizen. They are the ones that qualify for VAWA, and they're the ones that come to us more often. But they're not the only relationships that will qualify for a VAWA or a VAWA and green card. So the other types that qualify are children up to 25 years of age that have parents that are U.S. citizens, or that have parents that are green card holders. Okay, so children, and remember this, they can be up to 25 years of age in order to be eligible to apply for a VAWA. That is more than a normal family-based green card application, right? So if you are at least 20, if you're up to 25, you can qualify for a VAWA if you have a U.S. citizen parent or a green card holder parent, and there is some kind of abuse in that relationship, and you've lived with them for a certain period of time, okay? The second relationship that can qualify for a VAWA is our parents of U.S. citizens, right? So remember, I'm saying parents of U.S. citizens, not green card holders. So parents of U.S. citizens can also qualify for a VAWA. This is important because many of us will have children that have entered, you might have entered the U.S. illegally, and your child might be at least 21 or over, but they can't necessarily sponsor you because you didn't have a legal entry. So it can be beneficial to you in the sense that if your relationship has some factors that can qualify as abuse, so that could be your child is rebellious, they might say hurtful things to you, they might get angry with you and threaten you with deportation. Of course, nobody wants to get their child in trouble. Know that VAWA doesn't require a police report. Know that this won't necessarily come back and bite your child, right? Because nobody, no matter how your child treats you, most people do not want to hurt their child. So VAWA is a confidential application, but of course, everything you tell me has to be truthful and accurate so we can submit a truthful and accurate application. But parents of U.S. citizens can qualify for VAWA. And lastly, which is our most common VAWA case type, at least what we do within our firm, and that is going to be spouses of U.S. citizens or green card holders. They live with them. They got married to them, not just for immigration. It was a real marriage. And there's abuse in the marriage. And the abuse is anywhere from financial abuse to abandonment, neglect, any abuse that takes the form of abandonment, neglect. It could be emotional and psychological abuse. So there's so many different ways you might not even realize. If you're in a marriage that is unhappy, you should talk to us and we can chat with you about eligibility on whether or not you qualify for a VAWA. So why would I apply for a VAWA, right? Why would you apply for a VAWA? If you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, or you have any of those other relationships that I talked about, basically if you're a parent of a U.S. citizen, or if you're a child of a green card holder or a U.S. citizen, you might apply for a VAWA because you might be eligible to get a work permit in 6 to 8 months, which would come also with a social security number if you don't already have one. And you would have travel authorization. So if you're here without status, you can't necessarily go outside of the United States, right? Because you would be prevented sometimes from coming back in. So you would receive travel authorization, which might allow you to travel back home, visit your family. Of course, we want to make sure that this is the right thing for you. So don't go doing that unless you've talked to us and we let you know it's okay for you to do. But it can come with travel authorization, which would let you leave the U.S. and return while your application is pending. And also, if you're eligible, most of our clients are, we also apply for a green card along with the VAWA application. So you are looking at work permit, green card, and ultimately U.S. citizenship that might come from VAWA eligibility. Call us if we can help you with VAWA or any other type of immigration application. We would love to chat with you. Take advantage of this opportunity to receive your Social Security card, to receive work authorization, and ultimately a green card, especially if you are in this type of abusive relationship, no matter if it's your parents, your spouse, your children. Know that it doesn't require a police report. Know that you're not harming this person in your family. If you apply for VAWA, it doesn't require you to report them or anything like that, right? You take advantage of a bad situation to perhaps use that to get your work permit, your green card, and independence for yourself.